For this video, you will need scissors, a hole punch, print inkjet shrinky dink paper, and whatever jewelry pieces you need to finish your piece. You will also need a conventional kitchen oven. First, you must set your oven to 325 and let it preheat. Next, once you print out the images that you wish to make jewelry pieces onto the inkjet shrinky dink paper, cut them out and punch holes in them. The holes shouldn't be less than a centimeter into where you want the piece to be cut. Once you have cut all of your pieces and cut them the way you want them to be, put them on a cookie sheet and put them in the oven at least for 20 seconds. You might have to watch them as they shrink in the oven to know when to put them out. Once your pieces have cooled, all you have to do is add jump rings and the given jewelry pieces to them. Jump rings should be the appropriate size for them, depending on how thick you put the hole through. You may need to use needle nose pliers for this. Looks like it's about right. If you want to add feathers, you can do that by adding store-bought feathers to pieces to add them. One. Since these are going to be earrings, I'm using earring hooks. If you want, you can make them into studs. I just prefer hooks. One earring. Actually, I'm going to add another jump ring in between it so it can turn itself around. And you have to do it until you can perfect it. Might take a while. And here you have your first owl earring without the feathers. To add feathers to certain jewelry pieces, all you need are some crimps, which you clamp on to the base of the feather. And you will need your pliers for this. Say I want 4, 2 for each earring. I already have one done though, so 3. You take your feather, you put the base of the feather into the hole of the crimp, you put it on top, you take the flat part of your pliers on the inside before the teeth, and you clamp down. It's just like that. You do that with the others. You might have to cut some of the stem if it's too long. You just want the base, not any extra. And for this it takes a lot of patience because sometimes pieces fall apart because they're so tiny. And then you have what just happened. Sometimes the feather will be too weak and the crimp is too big and it falls apart. And here we have 4 feathers. Now they're ready to be added. I usually like to put them at the back of the pendant. Sometimes, depending on the gauge of your jump rings, you might need something smaller to hook them on. And voila! Hanging owl earring. And once you're done finishing the other one, they should look something like this. Now I'm not going to have time to make every necklace out of shrinky dinks that I possibly can at the moment, but I am going to make this deer necklace. You can use chain from Michael's, Walmart, or just about any craft store. I'm using an old chain that broke just to recycle it. Now if you want to do the same with an old chain from a necklace, either if you don't want to wear it anymore and just recycle it, you can. What I'm going to do is put the chain through the hole. This all depends on if it all fits through with the with the chain. If it doesn't, you can always use a jump ring. I'm just going to tie the two together into a knot. And knots and necklaces are very common. They're a trend that's seeking in. I'm going to attempt to put it in a bow tie. And once it's done, it should look something like this.